Hi, I'm Leo and welcome to my YouTube channel Scoldemy. This is my third video on CSS3, and in this video I will talk about the CSS box model and a very important box model property called box sizing. Now whenever you type in your code and view in your browser and then you go to the inspect and go down and click on my H1 and you go down, you would notice there is a box here. Now these are the properties of the box model. You have your padding, your border, and your margin. Now like I said in my last video, whenever you type in your HTML code, your browser adds its own style into it. You can see that my border is 21.440 pixel. So I'll go to my code and put in some properties and value. So you put your H1 and then you open up your curly braces, and I'll begin to add my properties starting with padding. Let's say padding 20 pixel. I'll put my semicolon. I'll go to the next one. I'll add margin. Let's say margin 50 pixel, and I'll put my semicolon. I'll go to the next one and I'll put my border. Now my border, I'm going to say 30 pixel solid white. Now if you don't understand, I will explain that later. Okay, when I save and go back to my browser and reload, now when you go down to the box, now you're going to see this is my content, which is my text or whatever, and then above it is the border padding. The padding is just above the content, and then after the padding you get to the border, which is between the padding and the margin, and then you get to the margin. Now basically the margin does not have any styling, it does not take any background color, and the padding takes the background color of the content or your text. For example, when I go back to my code and put a background color, let's say background color black, and I put a color, text color, so I put a color, let's say white. Now when I save and go to my browser and reload, you're going to notice that and go down to the box model, you would notice that my content and padding, they both have background color of black. Now but the border is different. The border has its own border style. Now when you go back to my code, you would see where I wrote solid white. So we have different border styles. We have the dotted, dashed, double, groove, ridge, insect, outset, and solid. So you can try out any one. Let's say insect, let me say green, insect green, green. So when I save and go back to my code and reload, you would see that. You could also try the groove, and when I save and go back to my browser, you would see the effect. Now that's that for the border. Now sometimes when you put a width to your code, let's say width of 1000 pixel, most times you think this is the true width of your element, but that is not true. Now when you go to your browser and reload and go down to the box model, you would notice that that width is just the width of your text or your content. Now to get the width of the elements, you have to add the padding, the border, and the margin. So basically you have to add this left and right padding and left and right border and left and right margin. Now to reduce the stress of this addition or calculation, we use a property called box sizing. So when I put my box sizing and I put the value of border box, now when I save and go back to my code, you would see that this box sizing has done part or most of the calculation. Now you would notice that the width of my content is no longer 1000. Because I'm using border box, it tends to add from this left border, left padding, then the width of my content, the right padding, and the right border. So it adds everything up and set it to that value of 1000. So all you have to do now is add up your left and right border and put it to that width, and you have your true width. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video or you want me to continue to post here, please subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks and have a lovely day.